Hi everyone, I'm Alli and welcome to my channel, and this video is quickly becoming one of my favorite types of videos to make, which are smaller renter-friendly DIYs that you can make on a budget. And my favorite part is you do not need any sort of power tools to make these projects, so they are very accessible, and I think they solve quite a few problems that renters deal with. At least I know they're things that I deal with, so I feel like we probably all kind of share some of the same issues in our rented spaces. So today I have some really great ideas. Before we get into it though, I just want to thank Craftsy for sponsoring today's video. I'll have a little bit more on Craftsy later on. So if you remember the hallway makeover video, I asked you guys, should I do something to cover the fuse box panel in the hallway? I was a little bit on the fence about it, whether or not that's even a good idea. And the overwhelming response was that I should cover it up. So I thought I would share that project with you guys first. So I picked up a giant frame and we're gonna make a really easy renter-friendly cover. So I think we're gonna need to go to the hallway real quick and get some measurements. So after getting those measurements, I then just transferred them onto the back of the frame here. This is just so that I know where to place the magnets. And that's what we're going to be using to hang this up on that panel because it's made out of metal, so magnets are the perfect renter-friendly solution. Now I did have to raise those magnets up just a little bit so that they would make contact with that metal panel, but it was pretty easy and simple just using some scrap cardboard. Moment of truth, let's see if this is gonna work. Well, that's a good sign. Okay. It's definitely on there, but it's not holding really well. I think I need to get some stronger magnets. For the inside of that frame, I want to create a custom art piece. So I picked up a mat on the inside because I think that's just going to elevate the look of this and make it really look like a nice piece of art on the wall. And I have my paper that I'm going to obviously use for creating the art. And I learned the technique that I'm going to be using to make this piece of art through Craftsy. So I'll tell you a little bit more about Craftsy as we get to work on this art piece. Craftsy is the sponsor of today's video, and if you don't know about Craftsy, it's your online resource for all things creative. With more than 2,000 classes to choose from in over 20 popular categories like crochet, knitting, painting, photography, woodworking, cake decorating, and so much more. The most recent class that I decided to take is Dynamic Detail and Pen, Ink, and Watercolor with the instructor Stephen Reddy, and let me tell you, I feel like I unleashed so much inner creativity in creating this piece of art that you see me making right here. Art is truly one of my main passions, but I feel like I never set aside time to do it. So with Craftsy, it was great to have a guided instruction that walked me through everything that really helped build my confidence through each step of creating this artwork here, because honestly, I don't think that I could have created something like this without taking this class. There are so many different things to learn here on Craftsy, and what's even better is that they're always creating new classes to keep you coming back for more and to help you find that inspiration. And if you want to learn more about Craftsy and become a member for yourself, the first 1,000 of you to click the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. Valid for new members only, but that is a price that you just cannot beat for all of the amazing things that you can do to explore your creativity with Craftsy. I was able to just remove these off of those little cardboard shims that I made, and with the magic of Amazon, I got in the same day these neodymium magnets, which are going to be way stronger and work way better for this project. I can't believe that I didn't try this in the first place. And there you have it. This is such an easy and customizable way to hide an ugly eyesore in your apartment. And I love that it doubles as a custom art piece to really showcase your personality. So our next project is a little bit more of a small space hack or DIY that you can do, but it's also great for renters because I'm sure that you don't have a ton of room, especially in your living room area. So I picked up this 12-inch wood round. I just got this at the craft store. You can get these at a whole bunch of different places, and you don't also have to be stuck to a round piece for this. I just thought this could look kind of cute for what we're making. And basically, we are going to be making a little armrest table. So we're basically going to take this round here and add two little sides so that it will balance on a couch arm using some scrap wood. And again, we're going to be doing this without any power tools, but we will be using one of my favorite hand tools, which is my miter box saw. After finding that center line, I then marked where I'm going to be placing the legs of this little armrest table, and I'm going to be using a 1x4 to do this, cutting it down with my miter box saw, which is one of my favorite tools to have as a renter because it allows you to do some woodworking DIYs without expensive power tools. These are super affordable, also very compact, that you can stash away somewhere so that you can still do fun DIY projects and custom things like this without worrying about taking up too much space. Using some painter's tape to act as a hinge, it helped me glue down these wood pieces, and I clamped them into place until they had dried about 20 minutes before moving on to the next step. You're going to want to give this a nice sand just to smooth out any of the rough parts in the wood, as well as I love to round out the edges and smooth down the edges whenever I make any sort of DIY furniture project, just so that they are not so sharp, especially because this may be something that you're leaning up against and you also don't want it to snag your furniture. Now you could do whatever you want to customize this, whether that's paint it or stain it, or you could even just seal it with the natural wood if that's the look that you are going for. But definitely this is the fun part, to make it match your home decor and whatever fits into your apartment. I love this little project because it is so simple and easy, and it solves the problem of not being able to fit two end tables into my apartment. So I definitely recommend making this one if you also are dealing with that small space, or if you're just looking for a more affordable option, whether you have guests over or you just don't need that permanent table in your space. Now don't forget to seal in your work, especially if you stain this. You don't want that stain getting on the upholstery of your sofa, so give it 2 coats of the polyacrylic following the instructions on the can. For this next project, I wanted to do a DIY sconce lamp that doesn't need any sort of hard wiring, no cords. We're all going to be using battery-operated products, which is so perfect if you are a renter. So I have an odd, eclectic assortment of supplies in front of me that we are going to use to construct this pendant light, though I do feel like this method could be used for any sort of pendant light that you want to make renter friendly, but we are gonna have some fun and make a little DIY project out of this. So right here I have a 6-inch embroidery hoop. This is gonna be to make the basic form of this sconce, but we're going to need to separate this, of course, because we need a top and bottom ring, and we're also going to have to trim this down. Oh, that's so good. These are great. Now I'm just using some cardboard to create the back. This is just so we have something to attach it onto the wall to give it some stability. And I just wanted to use cardboard because I already had it and you don't need any sort of expensive supplies to make this project. Okay, so I did not know that you could get big sheets of this like transparent vellum paper, I believe it is, at the craft store. This was over in the poster board section, and this is going to be perfect to making the structure of the shade. And next, you're just gonna need some fabric. I'm picking this kind of woven, sort of grass cloth looking type fabric to create my shade just because I already had it, but I definitely think that this would be a cool project with a fun pop of color or a funky pattern. So definitely have fun with this one and let your personality shine through, because you can go anywhere from neutral like what I'm doing to something that's just a little bit more fun and creates a statement on your wall. Now for the light, all I'm going to be using are some battery operated puck lights. These are so perfect for renters in so many different applications, and they are perfect for this project. It's even better if you can find one that has the little remote to turn it on and off. And I'm just simply hot gluing these to the back piece that I have made, and I'm using 2 just to really create a nice bright light. And then all we do is begin the assembly, and I'm taking one part of that embroidery hoop, gluing it to the top, another one gluing it to the bottom, and then wrapping around the shade that we made and securing it all with hot glue into place. And as you can see, I left a little bit of some extra fabric. This is so that we can fold it over that lip of the embroidery hoop to get a nice, smooth, seamless edge. And of course, to make this renter friendly, we're just going to be using some of the picture hanging command strips, sticking those right onto the back and then up on the wall. It is so amazing how a small and easy DIY can make such a big difference, especially when you are making it renter friendly to address some of those eyesores and other issues that you have in your space. I want to know which of these projects were your favorite, and don't forget to check out Craftsy with the link in the description box. If you want to see another video with more ideas like this one, I recommend this video right here. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!